Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and HUDCO Roofing. HUDCOroofing.com. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube, please subscribe to the Matt Moscona YouTube channel, and as the YouTubers say, smash that like button. Massive help if you would hit that thumbs up. Helps us grow, helps YouTube know to show this to other people that may find it interesting. So thanks so much. What y'all got today? So been a really newsy type week. Certainly for first week in July. LSU, you see there in the headline for today. LSU lands a linebacker commitment for the class of 2022. That's fantastic news. Out-of-state kid out of... Got a honk, I wonder. It wasn't Lenny, that was a truck, but I wonder who honked. Demario Tolan is his name, 4-star out of Florida. The Orlando area, picked LSU over Clemson, Tennessee, Miami, Florida State, some in-state schools there. So announced it on CBS Sports HQ. So it was a little TV announcement. Was in Baton Rouge for an official visit on June 18th. Met Blake Baker, new linebackers coach, and I loved Blake Baker's tweet, if y'all missed it. He said, I love going to the Sunshine State and reeling in big fish, and he tweeted pictures of him offshore fishing in Florida. It was really good. It was a very good troll job. Anyway, so LSU's 2022 class right now is at 13 commitments. The crazy thing is that 9 of them are in-state. The past couple of years, it's kind of been lean recruiting years in Louisiana. So you've seen LSU become more of a national brand, get guys out of the D.C. area, out of Michigan, Texas, California, so New Jersey. It's just wild, that you have. It just goes to show you have a bumper crop in the state this year. 9 of your 13 commits are from Louisiana, 2 from Georgia, now 1 from Florida with Tolan, and then 1 out of Michigan. So. They press on. 13 commits for the class of 2022, and the kid out of Michigan, by the way, is the kicker that committed last week. So, all right, let's see what y'all got. Let's say some good mornings here. Jonathan Martin, Matthew Booth, Brian Wynn, Truax, what's good, man? Shelby Kelly, Jay Johnson making stuff happen. I like what I'm seeing so far. Like a shot of adrenaline for the program, no doubt, man. Listen, I hope y'all heard. Raiselman on the show yesterday, Eric Raiselman, the pitcher, and talking to him yesterday gave me a completely different perspective, because you could go look at his stat line, and it wasn't great last year at San Francisco, but what he explained was, and look, you go back and look at his bio, I mean, he was dominant his last year in high school and whatever, but he was 85, 88 as a senior in high school. He got cut his sophomore and junior years in high school. Persisted, played on some, what he called cut league teams. Kids who got cut from high school that were just looking to play ball still. He played on some of those teams, got on some pretty good teams, and kept working his way. Got on radar for University of San Francisco. Ended up getting an offer there to play after a senior year. Freshman year, gets shut down because of COVID. He has Tommy John after the season gets shut down. And all of last year was basically just a progression coming back from Tommy John. So it was really just about arm care and getting his arm back in shape and healthy to throw. So the numbers aren't great. But then he goes to the Cape. He's sitting 94 to 97. And he's done well there. And man, if Jay Johnson and he said Jason Kelly, the new pitching coach, was on him immediately. So if those guys see the talent and think they can mold him, I'm for it. I'll put it to you this way. I'd rather a guy that can pump at 94, 97 and try to mold him, teach him some command, than a guy that throws 85, 88 that you got sitting in the bullpen just as another arm. So, come on. Stephen Miller, Brunch and Scone. Good morning, good morning. Charlie Cavell, what's up? Last day of vacation. Enjoy it, man. Yeah, sorry, getting started a little late this morning. I apologize. Jared Wrinkle, safe to go to the mall. I ain't going to the mall. I told y'all. Jared, if I had known that there was a 12-foot python in the mall, even encased, I would have never gone to that mall. I ain't going to that mall no more. I'm done. I'm just scared I found that stupid snake in the wall. Get out of here. Hey, Dad, good morning. Carson Stevenson, listening on the way to work. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Deborah Cowart, good morning. Megan Hurst, heading home from Disney. All right, y'all be safe traveling. Eric Trusclair, good morning. Happy Friday. Eric Hart, good morning. Nice shirt. I've had this a long time. I'm kind of a big deal. I'm very important. Part of the AFR intro. I've explained before, most people think that that's conceited, or some people think that that's conceited. It's actually a great irony when you consider the fact that as Ron Burgundy is saying, I'm a big deal, I'm very important, he's being rejected by Veronica Corningstone. So it's actually the complete opposite of ego or conceit. It's more irony. Anyway, Bart St. Germain, but I do love the show. I love the movie. One of my all-time faves. Bart St. Germain, Andrew Brister, Deborah Cowart, how's Erica's foot since her injection? It has been much better. Hope that injection works for a long time. Gerald Mathern, good morning. Hey, Kelly Presley, good morning. Let's see. Steven, grabbing that linebacker destroys the folks that think NIL will destroy recruiting as we used to know it. I guess I don't know enough about what the argument is from people who think NIL will destroy recruiting or destroy college sports as we know it. Like you and I, Stephen, see eye to eye on that. I don't understand. I'm just being forward here. I don't understand the argument, the logic behind the argument that NIL will destroy. Like, what are you afraid of? Like, that kid would have never gotten out of Florida. I don't know. I guess because he had a Miami offer as well. I mean, and Miami has the booster came forward this week saying he wanted to do a deal to give every player $500. Well, I mean, when the SEC in the Autonomy 5 passed the cost of attendance legislation, that allowed schools to cut checks to their student athletes. I think cost of attendance, maybe they get, I need to find out exactly how much they get for cost of attendance. Let me see if I can find that quickly. It's a couple $1,000, I think. Find this. Many people probably don't even remember this. I mean, this was 6 years ago when cost of attendance got passed. So, like Boston College, their stipend is $1,400 a year. Tennessee can provide the largest at $5,600 a year, which is $630 a month. Auburn can provide $5,500, Mississippi State $5,100. That's per year. Oh, let's see. LSU's is LSU's is $3,000, $3,096. So LSU can pay its student athletes $3,096 for cost of attendance. So that's annual though. So they get $3,000 a year. So about $250 a month. Let's see. Trivia Carter, good morning. Cliff Nelson, good morning, Grand Marshal. John Boudreau, good morning. Thank you, sir. Tim Gotro, good morning. David Wallace, good morning. Blake Robinson. AL.com reported Brian Harsin went into the Georgia wide receiver room and got some of their players. Well, Blake, there is a Georgia wide receiver, Robertson. We talked about him yesterday on Around the SEC. Started his career, he's from Georgia, went to Cal as a freshman, was a freshman All-America, transferred to Georgia, and now as a grad transfer is finishing up at Auburn. I don't know if that's who you're talking about, but Trey Haydet, good morning. Cliff Nelson, talking LSU baseball in July still, gotta love it. Big expectations building for Jay Johnson. He's gonna have to carry the weight next season when next season starts. You know, the other part of it too, Cliff, that's caused us to continue on the baseball conversation is the fact that the draft is later. I mean, normally the draft happens during college baseball's postseason. Because the draft is happening later this year, it's obviously going to keep the college baseball conversation going longer because the draft is later. The decision date for those players is going to be later. So it is just sort of elongating the offseason too. So that's another part of it also. Let's see, Cliff. I wonder what the new pitching coach can do for Mikhail Hilliard to make him even more effective one or two times through the lineup. Cliff, honestly, man, I don't know that there's much you can do unless if he can develop another pitch, which would be great. But it's not just about throwing that pitch. It's about being able to throw the pitch for a strike in any count. That's whenever you can confidently, dial up a pitch. And I don't know that you can. I mean, that'd be great if you could, but that would really be the key. I think the bigger thing is recognizing if you have a competent and deep pitching staff where you can count on your arms, you don't need a starter to get you 7, 8 innings. Get me through 5. I got enough arms to figure it out the rest of the way. You know what I mean? So that's what I would like to see. Get me into the 6th inning, and I got enough arms to figure it out from there. Merrick Mathern, good morning. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Strong Side, what's up? Good morning, Scone. Nice interview with Eric Raisman on AFR. His story is great. Raisman was great. I don't know if y'all heard it either, but we had Adam Miller on. Adam Miller is the guard, the transfer guard from Illinois. From Peoria, went to Illinois, averaged about 8 points a game last year under Coach Underwood there, and transferred, picked LSU. He's in Latvia right now with Team USA. The really interesting part of his story is, he started every game as a freshman, and he averaged 8 points a game. And it's very clear that they just didn't green light him enough to score. They wanted him to do a lot of other things. He said he's a combo guard. He can handle the ball, he can play off ball and shoot, he can create his own offense, but it's clear that dude wants to score. And it's evident right now with Team USA as well. And Will Wade basically, I think, Will Wade has given him the Cam Thomas green light to say, you got your shot, go get it. You want to score 20 tonight, go score 20 tonight. I asked him point blank, are you coming here to be a scorer? To fill that role left vacant by Cam Thomas? And he said, yeah. That's what they want me to do, is score. Let's see. I saw Morning Scone episode 6. We've come a long way. Also, Matt doesn't look like Matt without the beard. LOL, that's true. But maybe back then you would have said Matt doesn't look like Matt with a beard. Cliff, what if big boosters in Texas start offering NIL deals to the 5 stars in Louisiana they signed with Texas? Oh, you mean like when Devontae Smith and Ish Sopsher and guys like that, Cam Robinson, went to Alabama? That's your concern? Is what if Texas starts offering him NIL deals? Cliff, here's my point, man. Anybody who is pushing back against NIL or has a concern like you're describing, the thing you're describing already happened. Or has happened for decades. The thing you're describing has happened for decades. It's just not called NIL. It was passing payments under the table to people. It's also not the only reason that kids ever committed anywhere. I am all for student athletes being able to make money. And if you think that wealthy men who are running businesses are going to pay 6 figures routinely for high school kids to commit to their program, you're high. It's just like when you're running a business, you're still responsible for your P&L. Like you are still running a business. And if you are going, and by the way, the other part of that, Cliff, is in Louisiana law, I still don't think the Miami thing's going to happen because it's written into Miami law that boosters can't use payments as inducements for kids to play there. Like it's written into the law. It's written into Louisiana law as well. So we'll see how that all happens. But who cares? I mean, you can do the same thing. Who's the guru that put a thumbs down? I don't know. Same guy every day, I guess. Blake Robinson, Texas is set up nicely for NIL with their own personal network. Blake. When the Longhorn Network launched, you know what people said? Oh, they're going to be able to recruit better than anybody because they got their own network and they'll be on TV all the time. How has that worked out for Texas in the last decade since Longhorn Network launched? Exactly. Like, we are having the same conversation. You're just replacing one word or phrase with NIL. Like, that's what you're doing now. It's not going to fundamentally change things. That's the point that people are not going to understand. The teams that recruit exceptionally well are still going to recruit exceptionally well. The teams that win and pay coaches and have facilities are still going to win and pay coaches and have facilities. The teams in the best conferences, like, none of that's going to change. Like, all of that is still going to be the same. The best teams, the haves, the have-nots, you're still going to have that differentiator. The only difference now is that the student athletes are going to be able to make money, and I am very much for that. Like, the fact that I had Eric Raiselman on the show yesterday, and he, in recovering from Tommy John, used some patch product that he talked about. Like, the fact that he could do an affiliate deal with that patch and basically have a link, just like I have with Dead Soxy. If you use my link for Dead Soxy or you go to deadsoxy.com and use the code Matt, you get 30% off. I get commissioned on that if you use the code Matt. That's how that works. So any of these guys can go do that, put it in their Twitter or Instagram bio and get paid off. Like, that's a good thing. I don't mind that at all. The idea that the game is going to fundamentally change and all of a sudden, like, Baylor's going to start winning national championships because they're a rich school in Texas and they're going to start doling out hundreds of thousands of dollars and the best players in the country going to Baylor. It's just not true. Like, it's just not going to happen. Alex Day. Morning, Matt. Moved from Seattle to Austin. Glad to be back in the South. There you go, man, where it's less rainy as well. Well, it's actually been really rainy here. Brady Smith. Morning, Matt. 57 days until a drunk in the Rose Bowl. Can't wait. Ask Matt, would you hold a snake for $10 million? Could I wear gloves? And $10 million is a lot of money. Like, I could do a lot with $10 million. Hold a snake for, how long do I have to hold it? I need some parameters here. How long do I have to hold it? Can I wear gloves? What kind of snake is it? I need these answers. I mean, if Britney wore a snake in a music video, I mean, I would be mortified. I might pass out. But for $10 million, provided it's not, like, if it's a poisonous snake, no shot. Not even for $10 million. Because what if it bites me? What if I screw up, mishandle it, bites me, and then I die? No, thank you. Blake Robinson, Arkansas got the takeover on SEC Network July 4th. What a grab for them. I don't know if you're being serious. Tim Gotro, for $10 million, I'd hold Matt and the snake at the same time. Kind of. Rapping Batches, what's up? Blake Robinson, everybody splits the TV money except Texas. But Blake, oh my God. Why don't people understand? Like, do you realize that's been the case this whole time with the Longhorn Network? Like, why is this so... I don't understand why this is so hard. Maybe the reason this is so hard for people to understand is, like, this conversation is not new in any way to me. I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again here. This is like what I do professionally. I make money through endorsements. You hear me do my live reads every day for Darren James and Relief Windows and Pudco Now and 1 Hour Air and South Point Volkswagen and Ichiban and Pluckers. Like, you've heard, like, that's how I make my money. I have a base salary, which isn't much. I make my money on endorsements. Like, I know what the value is. I know what businesses, big and small, can spend. I know what budgets are, what marketing budgets are in a place like Baton Rouge, in a place like New Orleans, in a place like Houston, which is the 4th largest market in the country. Like, if that's your theory, then what's to stop Tillman Fertitta from going to give 5 stars $1 million to go play for Houston? It's just not gonna happen. Like, the thought that the Longhorn Network is all of a sudden going to start enticing kids to go play at Texas that didn't before. Like, everybody's on TV. And oh, by the way, not everybody has the Longhorn Network. Like, I don't have the Longhorn Network at my house. Like, when LSU played Texas, I had to, in baseball a couple years ago, I had to go do that free sign-up thing for a weekend and then cancel it right after like everybody else did. Anyway. Andrew Repass, any word on Jay's hitting coach? Jay is the hitting coach. So he is going to handle hitters. And Jason Kelly's going to handle pitchers. And Fitzgerald's going to be the recruiting coordinator. And apparently the volunteer assistant that they can have, who basically gets paid through camps, is someone who's going to bring with him from Arizona. Spurge, what's up, man? Because now they get paid for their image. Blake, like, so what do you, like, oh my Christ in heaven, you're, like, Blake, what do you do, Blake? Please just tell me, like, post in there and just tell me what you do professionally, because you're the guy right now that's pushing back the most against me. And I'm afraid there's too many people like you that even though I'm telling you, like, I'm telling you facts. This is not in a matter of opinion. I am telling you facts. You have a law which prohibits boosters from funneling money to players via NIL as an inducement to play. So you're saying that businesses or go to the Longhorn Network. All of a sudden now Longhorn Network is going to be something that entices athletes to go to Texas that wasn't an enticement before, because now they can get paid for their image. So what, you think advertisers on the Longhorn Network are going to start doling out hundreds of thousands of dollars for an endorsement from a left tackle? You know what I mean? Like, iron worker. Okay. So that's my point, man. Like, I'm not gonna come to your job and tell you like how you're if you're there doing iron work, like how you're doing it wrong, or what's going to happen in your industry, because I don't know. I have a clue. What I'm telling you is what you're suggesting right now is like me coming into your shop and telling you, man, you're doing that wrong. Man, you know what's going to happen if you do that? You know, like, boy, there's no way that iron's going to hold up in that building if you do. And you're going to look at me like, are you high? I've been doing this my whole life. Like, of course I know how sturdy this needs to be and the specifications and this caliber. Like, of course I know that. Like, that's what you're doing to me right now. Like, I'm telling you, the Longhorn Network isn't going to mean anything with respect to NIL, because nobody watches the Longhorn Network except a concentrated amount of Texas fans. So because when you buy media, especially in a mature market like cable television or radio, when you're buying a cost per thousand, you're buying a rating. So, and there is an associated or assigned rate for that, and then you pay a talent fee on side of that to whoever you want to endorse your product. And what I'm telling you is nobody in their mind who is advertising on the Longhorn Network intentionally is going to overpay a student athlete to endorse on something there when they're not going to get value out of it. There's no point in doing that. That's the thing people are not understanding about NIL. Like, and I'm not going to tell you the value of my endorsements, because I don't, just like you wouldn't tell people what you make. I'm not going to tell people what I make. But like, I'm telling you, like, like, I know the value of the Derek Stingley walk-ons deal. If I told you that dollar amount, it would floor you how low it is. Because you're in your mind, you're thinking, oh, he made 250K on that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I'm like telling you, this is not, NIL is not going to massively influence and change the structure of recruiting and where kids go. Like that is a fallacy. It's a narrative being created by people who literally don't know what they're talking about and are just guessing. Like you are assuming, oh, NIL, all these big rich boosters are going to start paying kids. It's just not how this is going to work. If a rich booster wants to go slip a kid 50 grand to sign, he could do that under the table, could do it before, and is still going to do it however he wants. It's not going to change anything. Like, do you think if Tillman Fertitta goes to a 5-star running back and says, here's $100,000 to sign with Houston, he's going to sign with Houston instead of Alabama? Of course not. Like, it could have been happening already, and it's not. It's not going to happen now. Like, this isn't going to fundamentally change anything. All it's going to do is allow student athletes to be able to put some scratch in their pocket, and that's okay. That's a good thing. Man. Okay. Eric Cartel, E-Rock, I'm so late on comments. Sorry, y'all. I went on a tangent there. E-Rock, can't wait for school to start. 28 days to get my kids back in school. I don't blame you. Rob Clem, good morning. Will all the likes, smashes get you a new chair? I don't know, man. I kind of like standing. I've been sitting the past couple of days, but I like standing in studio. Let's see. Brian Wynn, what are LSU's remaining needs for football for the class of 2022? Absolutely. You better go get linemen because you're losing basically your entire starting offensive line, and none of your backups have been able to perform so far. But even still, if you're losing your offensive line, you better go get a lineman. Hey, Don, good morning. Shelby, I have many leather-bound books. Do you think NIL will inherently cause an uptick in watching college athletics? No, I don't. Justin Ray's good, bad, or indifferent moves Jay Johnson has made so fast are breathing much needed fresh air into the program? No doubt. Kirk Elgin, what's up, Kirk? Difference in leadership for the better, getting the right fit instead of LSU ties? No doubt. And I also firmly believe that if you are Jay Johnson, and you're going to live and die with the results, or you're any coach, you should be able to do it your way. Kelly Groves, good morning. Carson Stevenson, these kids aren't going to be instant millionaires. They'll just be able to have a little spending money. People have no idea how NIL works. I'm not one either. And they get so butthurt about a kid making some well-deserved money. Like, here's an example, okay? Let me just give you, I've told you all this before, and I'll share this with you, okay? Let's say a student athlete decides they're going to go and create a YouTube channel. And they get a verified YouTube channel, and they're able to make money. Like, I've told you how Google AdSense works, right? So on my YouTube channel, because it's verified, when you click on a video, you get a pre-roll ad, unless you pay YouTube Premium and you don't get pre-roll ads. Let's say you click and you get a pre-roll ad. I get commissioned on that pre-roll ad. But because the volume is so high on YouTube, the cost per thousand is very low. So, I mean, I will share this with you. I will tell you how much money I am making on my YouTube channel. Some of you have heard me say this before, but I will tell you the exact dollar amount. YouTube Studio. Okay. Monetization. Boom. Why do I always click the wrong one? Oh, nope. Let's see, playlist, content. That's what I want. Sorry, y'all. Hang on, content. I'm gonna tell you exactly how much I make. Analytics. Sorry. That's what I want. Boom. Okay. Okay. In February, now granted, I started doing Morning Scone on YouTube in April. Okay, so in February, on my YouTube channel, I made $6.39. In March, I made $8.92. In April, when I started putting Morning Scone back on there, I made $41.11. This is from Google. Google AdSense money. Money gets deposited in my account. In May, it went to $54.16. In June, because we did all the companion shows, we had a big uptick, all the way up to $179. Broke the bank with $179. And in July so far, I'm at $18.60. So my point is, for those that think that these kids are going to get rich, that money is just going to flow into them, it's just not how it works. Like someone like Olivia Dunn with 5 million followers across all platforms, she will be a millionaire. Yes, she will absolutely be a millionaire because she can make 6 figures per post on Instagram. She will do deals with major national brands on Instagram and TikTok, and she will become a millionaire. Yes, that's one gymnast in all of college athletics. The overwhelming majority are going to be what I just described. Dudes that get paid, hey man, here's $250. Can you show up for an hour on a Saturday at my car dealership and shake some hands and take some pictures and we can promote that you're going to be here. Like that's going to be the majority of what happens with NIL. Richie Bird, LMAO at the Longhorn Network, so 2000, right? The Longhorn Network. Like the fact that someone would actually conceive the idea that the Longhorn Network at this point could be an advantage in NIL for Texas is like no advertiser is going to pump money into something that doesn't have audience. Anyway. Let's see. Kids still want to go pro in the big sports. James, I'll tell you this. If there is I still don't even think we're going to get to the point where, because I was going to think like in baseball, like look at Devin Fontenot, for example. All right. Devin Fontenot's a guy who's established at LSU. He very well could sign. But could NIL entice him to be part of the reason he stays? Maybe. But realistically, I don't know what he could earn, in NIL. I mean, he's not super active on social media, which is okay. But like he's got 9,000 followers on Instagram. That's like I have 87. I mean, not 87. I'm like right under 9,000. I basically have as many Instagram followers as Devin Fontenot. And I mean, every now and again, I'll get a business like slip up into my mentions and say like, you're into my DMs and be like, would you be interested in promoting this? And I'm usually like, no thanks, I'm not interested. Because I'm not just going to do something just to do it. I need something that fits, that's on brand and whatever if I'm going to endorse something. Because I'm not making my money via Instagram, I'm making my money on the radio side. So I'd rather use my social to help the businesses that I already endorse, to add extra value for them. But like that's still not enough that's going to really entice people to stay. You know what I mean? Like it's not on that alone. All right, I think we're just about done. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate the conversation. Blake, I hope you know I'm not mad at you. I definitely appreciate the conversation. I think you are kind of the voice of what a lot of people assume right now with NIL, and I'm trying to get people to understand it just ain't how it is and how it's going to be. It's just not. So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get y'all some examples of of talent fees and such. Someone said your pre-roll is for Radisson, but no, that wasn't my pre-roll. That was your pre-roll, because Blake, that was your pre-roll, because that was Google tracking your behaviors, and so you got a pre-roll for Radisson. Other people got a different pre-roll based on what your search behaviors are. Like whenever I watch YouTube videos, the pre-rolls I always get are crypto videos, or like crypto pre-rolls, because I watch crypto content on YouTube all the time. So I get crypto.com or Coinbase Learn and stuff like that. Like that's the pre-rolls that I always get. That's Google following your behavior and deciding which ads to show you based on your browsing behavior. See, Merritt got Firestone tire ads. You were probably searching for tires recently. So go to Shabbos. All right, I think we are done. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. God, I'm running late today. It's 9 o'clock. Locked on LSU later today. By the way, real quick, if you haven't done so yet, 41 still watching on YouTube. Thank you. Please hit the thumbs up. Smash the like, as the YouTubers say. I guess I'm a YouTuber now. Smash the like. I'd appreciate that. And subscribe. If you're on Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Very much appreciate all of you. You need an orthopedist? Of course, you go to Brock. You need a roof? Of course, you call Hudco. And alrighty, y'all. I think that's going to do it for us. Locked on LSU later today. If you've not done so yet, please subscribe to Locked on LSU podcast. However you get your podcast, just type in Locked on LSU. Hit the subscribe button. And AFR3, looking forward to it. Okay, y'all. Have an awesome Friday. We'll see you. Peace.